Welcome to this tutorial on basic prototyping in Figma. This is Tulsi from KnowHow Academy. Today, we'll be learning how to create interactive prototypes from scratch. By the end of this session, you'll be able to link frames, set up basic navigation, and share prototypes with stakeholders. We'll also explore how to set up transition and interaction for a smooth user experience. First, let's talk about linking frames. One of the fundamental aspects of a prototyping is making your designs interactive. Figma allows us to link frames, making our designs clickable just like an app or website. Let's start by opening a new Figma file and creating two frames. Imagine we are designing a simple mobile app. To create two frames, click on the frame tool or press F and draw two separate frames, one for the home screen and one for the profile screen. Now, select the home screen frame and click on the prototype tab in the right sidebar. You'll see a little blue circle appear on the selected frame. Click and drag that circle to the profile screen frame. This action creates a link between the two frames. Now, when we interact with this prototype, clicking on the home screen will take us to the profile screen. Next, we'll go over how to set up basic navigation for a better flow. Second, basic navigation. Now that we have linked the frames, it's time to set up the basic navigation. In Figma, we can define transitions such as on-click or on-hover transition to dictate how users will move between the frames. With the home screen frame selected, under the prototype tab, you will see options for interaction. First, we'll choose trigger, which will activate the interaction or transition. Select on-click from the drop-down. Then select action. Action refers to what happens after a trigger occurs. We have several options like navigate, back, scroll to. Let's choose navigate to, which will smoothly navigate from home screen to profile screen. Now select the suitable animation. That means visual effects, or it is used to create smoother transitions. Choose the transition. We have several options like dissolve, slide or push. Let's choose dissolve, which smoothly fades from one screen to another. Now curve. Curve is used to show how animation progresses over time. And duration. Duration refers to an amount of time it will take for an animation to complete. Now, we can preview this by clicking the present button in the top right corner. Once you click on the home screen, it should take you to the profile screen with a dissolve transition. We can also add different triggers. For example, let's set up an on-hover interaction. Let's say we want a button to change color when hovered over. Select the button in your home screen design. Go to the prototype tab and select on-hover as the trigger. Now, choose the Smart Animate transition or any other transition and set the hover color in the Design tab. Third, previewing prototypes. Now that we have added basic transition and interaction, let's move on to previewing our prototype and sharing it with stakeholders. It's important that you get feedback from others before finalizing your design. Click on the present button at the top right of the Figma interface to preview your prototype. This will open up a live view of your design. You can interact with your prototype just like it's a real app. Test the on-click interaction by clicking on the home screen and make sure the transition works as expected. Once you are happy with your prototype, it's time to share it. To do this, click on the share button in the top right corner of the Figma. In the share options, make sure the can view setting is selected. Then copy the link feedback. Sharing prototypes in Figma is incredibly easy, and your teammates can interact with the prototype directly from their browser. Fourth, prototyping basics. Finally, let's dive into some basic interaction settings. Figma offers several types of transitions that you can use to make your prototype feel more dynamic. We have already covered the dissolve transition, but let's also look at the slide and push transition. These are great for creating a more immersive experience, especially for mobile apps or website. Select the home screen frame and link it to the profile screen frame as before. This time, choose the slide transition. You can choose the direction for the slide, for example, from right, left, top, or bottom. Now preview the transition by clicking on the present button again and interact with your prototype. The profile screen should slide in from the direction you chose. Another option is the push transition. This one pushes the current frame off the screen to reveal the new frame. Select the push option, choose a direction and preview it. These transitions add a lot of character to your prototype and are useful for replicating real-world interactions like sliding between screens or pushing new content. To wrap up, we have covered the basics of prototyping in Figma. You now know how to link frames, set up navigation with transitions, and share your prototype with your teammates. Additionally, you have learned how to use different types of interaction settings to make your designs feel more dynamic. Remember, prototyping is an essential part of the design process. It helps you visualize user interaction, test your designs, and gather valuable feedback before you start development. Thank you for choosing KnowHow Academy as your IT source. We are always there to help you navigate to the tech world. It's been a pleasure sharing this information with you to stay curious and keep learning.